11:30, Mom.
No, I said hydrangeas.
Hydrangeas. Okay, that's another argument. But the show is on at 11:30, and the other times are 7 and 11. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you right now, it's not on.
Okay, I'm just done talking to him. Love ya.
The Stellar Show. It's time to dive in. The Stellar Show. The sport, the drive, the win.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fayette County TV, Channel 77, here at the Stellars Collectible inside the Uniontown Mall for the Stellar Show with myself, Ken Philbaum, along with the legendary Duke and Victor Malik. What do we got going on, Victor?
Well, the first thing I want to do is humbly bow my head and admit to my mom again, you were right and I was wrong. There was a technical glitch. Just got this from the producer that you were right. The show wasn't being presented at the times that you were right about. You were also right about O'Neill Cruz. You were right about so many things in my life, and I humbly bow. Have we had enough of this? Or do I keep admitting failure?
You know what? Let's keep
to my
going.
mom?
What
Yeah.
else was she right about? I'm sure we're just scratching the surface.
Study
here, right?
better, lose weight, all of that. Yes, we can go all day, Mom. Correct.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's get into paying the bills. And that being said, Malloy's Paving, 724-277-8037, 724-323-4179. I know you might see Jack's kind of all over the place, but he might still be able to make some room for you. He will be at Victor's Card Show on June 1st. Come up and talk to him about sports cards or getting some work done. Go ahead.
Sports Card Show, June 1st here at the Uniontown Mall. Doors will be open for the vendors at about 8:30. You guys come up. You can set up at that point. The doors for the public will open at 10 o'clock. It's the same as all my card shows. We'll have dollies for you. The tables will be set up. Expect about 50 vendors if you're coming up to buy. The Pack Attack right now, we're over 30 kids on that. Tickets are still available. Sadly, we're past the early bird discount at $40. They now cost $65. Some of the stuff that we've got lined up to give out to the kids is going to be incredible.
All right.
It's going to be a great day.
So, we got to thank the YMCA.
Absolutely.
That was a good time last week. Not just with the event with Doug DeCenzo, but just checking the place out. There's a lot going on up there. If you live in the area, get up there, become a member, do what you got to do.
Yeah, well, right now, thanks to the YMCA, and again, it was great to see the mayor of the YMCA, my friend Carlos. Got to finally take a picture with him.
Yes,
you
sir.
saw it in the last episode, drop back. It's Carlos and I sitting outside the YMCA.
Yeah, so speaking of the YMCA, last week we had, Doug DeCenzo, and you had some autographed cards of his that were questionable.
No good deed goes unpunished. What happened is on the way out, I grabbed a stack full I had a bunch of cards set aside that were from various collections. I grabbed a stack and tried to hand them to him to give out to the kids, and he looked at them and boom, this isn't my autograph. What do you do?
Well, in all fairness, these came from collections that you have accumulated over the years. You didn't fake these and whatnot.
They weren't certified. It was just a nice gesture that he instantly looked at it and went, that's not mine.
And I'm glad you brought up certified. So this past week, yourself, actually Jack Malloy was down there. A friend of the show, Chuck Rimmel, was there. So while we were there, I picked off, so these game used locker room nameplates that I have, I got autographed. This is Pat Fryermuth, great conversation with him. Joey Porter Jr., they both gave me a We Are. Jalen Warren was fun. But these, I got all these autographed. And for about the same amount of money that you pay to get this stuff, when you buy this stuff secondhand from these people, you can go to shows like Mainlines, the shows that Bryce puts on. He's been getting people coming. And while you're there, you also get that stuff certified, as opposed to, going and just take it. Well, instead of someone, it will pass. Well, you know what? That's their problem to make it pass, not yours if you're spending the money. Anything you want to add to that?
What were the prices on the autographs, if you don't mind telling everybody?
They range between 40 and 80.
40 and 80.
And then it was an extra $10 to get the certification. But by that time, like this Fryermuth plate here, for example, I think I have about 150 total into it. And why give someone the same amount of money to not have it certified?
And what's good about the mainline show is they have James Spence there to authenticate them. So each one of those has the James Spence logo on it, which you don't have to do anything else.
But to get back to Doug DeCenzo, I got a lot of compliments because I looked pretty good in that Chicago Cubs jersey last week.
Yeah, where'd you get that Chicago Cubs jersey?
The Stellar's Collectibles here at Uniontown Mall. 2 plugs in 1 segment. You're getting billed for that one. But anyway, but if you want to look good, you can look just as good as us here. If you see the Stellar Show shirts plus a coffee mug, the link is there on the bottom here. Click on it. But you got a bigger coffee mug here.
This coffee mug is wonderful, and that's why I think I'm on my game today. Is I'm drinking coffee with a right-handed mug, where my buddy Jack Malloy gave me a left-handed coffee mug. There is a difference when you drink right-handed versus left-handed, but the mugs are beautiful. The shirts look good. We're getting into the merch world.
I'm not a coffee guy, but you know what? To follow up on the conversation you were having with your mother to start at the beginning of the show, plus some conversations I've had with some people, those that don't live in the areas that have the Fayette County TV on BreezeLine, get on FayetteCountyTV.org. You can streamline the channel 24/7, which I do from time to time because I love watching Rise Wrestling right after this. Anything you want to add before we close this segment up?
Oh, I think we've covered it all.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Fayette Chamber, today at another ribbon cut. Today we're at the beautiful historic Hopwood House, and I'm ready for a drink. Cheers.
Victor shakes when Woodley's inside. Ken's got a fan that chills the night. The Stellar Show, it's time to dive in.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, with Ken Philbaum along with the Duke and Victor Malik. We're going to jump into the mail day, sponsored by Yinzer Valley Farms. So, Superfan was pleased last week that the mail was running slow because he liked us looking like a goof in front of DeCenzo. So that being said, I wasn't going to open this, but until it showed up the next day. So this particular gentleman, which I'll get you the picture there, Rick, he charged me 88 cents to ship this. He charged me $4.99 to ship this. He paid 88 cents. So I want to display this just to show everybody why I'm giving this guy negative feedback. So that this is, and it better be, it's going to get worse if it's not the right card in here for him. Well, he didn't even put it in a top loader. Oh, wow. But that being said,
grading sleeve.
Yeah, right. This is the Topps Desert Shield Doug DeCenzo card. Check that out. You have one laying around here, don't you?
We discussed this before the show about the Desert Storm cards. Did we talk about this last week?
Yeah,
with him?
briefly.
Yeah, what you had were Topps made a set that went out to Saudi Arabia for the troops, and each card was labeled with the palms on them.
Boy, that Chipper Jones fetches a nice return, but there
does to this day.
There are a lot of these that have been counterfeited. But hey, once again, congratulations to the DeCenzo family and Casey. Next time Rick or Victor, you run into Casey, make sure she gets that card. That's
the important part of this is a lot of people throw these Topps cards away. If you had someone in the military, that was the only way. They had to bring them back here. These were never issued in the United States, so they are quite rare.
Yep. So here we go. Speaking
of something, thanks to our troops Memorial Day weekend.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, we got a parade we might be appearing in.
Oh, wow, that's right.
Yep. But we'll save that one for down the road. But something that's not rare but kind of cool is Barry Bonds, Jim Leland, and Manny Sanguillen are this year's Pirates Hall of Fame inductees. So now that he's in the Pirates Hall of Fame, they could add him to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, but that's up to those pencil pushers that never swung a bat. But go ahead.
So who were the three that were going in?
Manny Sanguillen, Jim Leland, and Barry Bonds.
Is Murtaugh a part of that? Or was he already put in there?
He may already be in. Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
That's someone that we need to revisit as a baseball Hall of Famer. Murtaugh coached forever, won 2 World Series.
That's a good point.
And if he's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame, that's just a shame.
So to get to our...
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're
That was a
good.
rant.
No, you're good. You're good, actually. But so Barry Bonds' rookie is in the 87 tops. Well, 86 tops traded, but his base rookie is in, 87 tops, correct?
Right.
So we're going to have some fun here, and it's an excuse for me to chew some gum on the air. And we're going to look for Barry Lamar Bonds rookie card or Bo Jackson. And if we get Bo Jackson's rookie, that's going to be a gift for Mean Dean. Who will be interviewed to close out this segment. But here we go. What do we got? We got Robin Yao, Lance Parrish, who played with the Pirates briefly. But let's find the gum. Where's it at? You know, it's all busted up.
It's in the
In
the wrapper.
Look at this.
So yeah, the thing when you go back to the junk wax era like this with Barry Bonds' rookie cards, Canseco, there's a group of them that all should have been in the Hall of Fame. The steroids are a problem, but when collecting
Allegedly.
their cards, most of them come in the traded sets, which makes the 87 not so desirable. We don't do this anymore with cards. They no longer participate with those traded sets. They now call that the update set.
Look how thin Gwyn was.
Yeah, and back then you didn't have Bowman minor league cards. You had different off-brands. I think it was TCMA. Companies like that made minor league cards. So with the Bonds, you had to buy the little box sets. They're real small, and they had between 100, 135 cards in them. Well, you got skunked on that.
There's a few Hall of Famers: Robin Yao, Carlton Fisk, Tony Gwynn, Steve Carlton, Alan Trammell, and Don Robinson. He keeps popping up in these vintage packs of ours for whatever reason.
I think he's some kind of golfer, right? He's a decent semi-pro golfer.
I'm sure he's better than me. Well, that don't take
way
much.
better than me.
But so before we pitch to Mean Dean, what'd you get at the show?
What my favorite thing that was at the show was going through Dean's area. The pro shop that the Steelers brought to the Monroeville show, that's a high-end production. They had gloves there that were fantastic. The mayhem and the craziness that was going on at the time. I didn't get to go back and pick up a pair of gloves, but I did pick up a pair of Steeler authenticated game pants. It's just neat to me to finally own something like that, which goes along with the helmet and the gloves, the visors. We have so much stuff here at the store. Come up and see what this is like, or better yet, the next time they do a present or a sale at a show, stop at a show and see those guys. It's so neat.
Dean's guys have been setting up at Bryce's show in Washington. They'll always be at Mainline. I know they go down to Chantilly, Virginia, but like we talked about in the interview coming up here, by the way, this is part 1. As you'll see, Dean's a very busy man and he gets pulled all over the place. The uncut interview is going to be found on the Stellar Show Extras page. There was a run-in by Joey Porter, a brief run-in, but it's worth watching for that alone on the extras. But coming up here, like I said, at Acrisure Stadium, Sunday through Saturday, 10 to 5. So, and also there's a shop at the Tanger Outlets. Yeah. So anything you want to add before we pitch it to Dean?
Joey Porter is an intimidating human being.
Absolutely.
As old as he is, I mean, he's what? He has to be 60 now?
I don't know, about 60. Let's see.
Mid-50s, something. Joey Porter will frighten you. Yeah,
oh,
I was
absolutely.
amazed by how big he still is.
One of those guys. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Let me get out of your way. One of my favorite Penn State memories ever, well, at least the last couple of years, was watching Joey Porter walking away from the creamery eating ice cream to go watch his son play at the Beaver Stadium. I'm just like,
47.
Yeah. What's that?
47.
47 years old?
47.
Okay.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Yeah, I was going to guess about 50, but
sorry about the 60.
No, you're good. Yeah, right. That was him, Mr. Porter. You know what? You're gonna.
My mom already corrected me. I guarantee you.
You're gonna have all.
She already said he's not that old.
What is it with you, like targeting these linebackers? You got Woodley. Now you're gonna have Porter.
Wow, going back, and this is our 20th show. If you go back to, I think, our first show.
First two. Yeah, you had Woodley coming.
I had a problem there.
Well, he was scared that Woodley was coming to Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
But anyway, here is our interview with Dean. Check it out. All right, everybody, welcome back to Fayette County TV, Channel 77, the Stellar Show. Here we finally got Mean Dean locked down for an interview. Dean, it's an honor and a privilege.
Always. He normally yells your name in my ear, so that's why I jumped out of camera.
That's all right.
I watch it all the time.
Oh, we appreciate that. And make sure you're hitting like and subscribe.
Tell
got it already
everybody
done.
to watch it for us.
Yeah, watch these guys. They're cool.
Thank you so much. And honestly, you know what, Dean? I've been dealing with you for a couple of years now with this guy. Dean handles the game used memorabilia for the Pittsburgh Steelers and team issued. And like honestly, you have like the dream job of a lot of geeks like me.
Yeah,
So,
same here.
Oh, you're good, man. Go ahead. That's cool. It'll be good. You're good, man. Don't worry about it. So,
Live television.
how about we just start with the process, like how you get this stuff, and then if you like, okay.
Yeah, so what we do is we have a really great relationship with our equipment team. Typically, during the off season, they give us a call, say, "Hey, we got some stuff to pick up," and we go over there and pick it up. Anything from pants, jerseys, gloves that the team uses and doesn't use, cleats that they use and don't use, and then during the season, we go over to the Southside facility again every week after the game and do collections. So we're getting gloves out of from the players in their lockers, and we also collect 6 or 7 jerseys a week, game used, unlaundered. Nice and pretty to be photo matched by everybody. That's what everybody likes. They like them dirty and smelly for some reason. I don't get it.
I don't care for the smell. Like there was one time I remember I got home with a pair of Jesse James gloves. I opened it up in my house, like it just stunk up my whole house. Right.
So, we do take them back to the warehouse. Like we lay them on the table, we air dry them, or we'll put a fan on them. But you can't get rid of that smell.
I still have a pair of Tuitt's gloves that I got from you that you got from Dean.
Yeah.
That still smell. They
I
still
believe
smell.
it. Yeah, you know what? Those bags you use, they,
The fun part of this, guys, is like Kenny bought Kenny Pickett's gloves, and my hand is medium to large. I couldn't get my fingers into them, so yeah. But Kenny, the George Pickens gloves wrapped around the foot.
Villanueva's were the biggest ones I've seen.
Yeah, Villanueva had big gloves. Darnell Washington wears 4X gloves.
Oh.
They're matte. Actually, they got 5X gloves in for him. He's got
5.
Mount Washington, big hand.
I had a pair through Ken again of Casey Hampton's sweatpants. You guys sold the sweatpants, and I'm not lying. The 3 of us probably, as sick as the thought is, could have fit into those.
So
yeah, they were massive.
now you have access to the warehouse. What's the coolest, the most rarest piece you kind of come across?
There's so much. We have everything. Obviously we have jerseys, you can't see on everything that the team wears, but we also have things like banners and stuff that hung in the stadium. We have some old. This is probably the coolest thing. It's a pennant banner. It's cloth, and it's from Forbes Field.
Ooh.
We have like 6 of them.
Does the Rooney family look over stuff like that and see if they want to keep it?
Oh yeah,
once it
I'm
gets
sure they
to
all
you,
know it
it's
exists.
already
They already
passed.
know it exists.
Okay.
But we do display things at shows. We display things in the pro shop and at the Hall of Honor Museum that comes from our department. So people will see that, and then maybe.
You guys at the pro shop have the equipment bag from the Steelers that looks like it's 70s or 80s. I personally have one of those. Are there any more of those that exist? So those.
Speaking of that's at the stadium, at Acrisure Stadium, you can go there 7 days a week, 11 to 5?
10 to 5.
10 to 5, okay. So yeah, anytime I'm in a city between 10 and 5, I always have to pop in there just to see if, because look, you put stuff out at random, which I love, because it's just, it's like I'm a kid in a candy store. I really am.
It's really fun to be.
And also, that's also the same with the Steelers site. But Dean's being called, and we're going to wrap this up. All right, Dean, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, with myself, Ken Philbaum, the Duke, and Victor Mullick, the owner of the Stellars Collectibles in the Uniontown Mall. Before we wrap up the show, we got a Goodwin's Bar up in Mill Run on June 1st at 8 p.m. DJ Rick will be appearing and performing for everybody there. And also, we got the Duke here. He's behaving unlike he does off camera. We'll have to get some uncut stuff for the extras with that. But Fayette Friends of Animals, get over there. There's a lot of good dogs and cats that could use a good home, and those people do some good work. But let's help them out by getting some good homes for these animals. All right, buddy, what do you got?
The big news this week is that Pittsburgh has now officially been named the NFL Draft's city for 2026. That's an enormous get for the Rooney family, for the Steelers, and for all the Yinzers around here and the regular Steeler fans.
It's a good get for the city, but I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just.
How can you dump on the draft?
How could you not?
Come on.
You know, you talked about it. What was it, Tuesdays when you were growing up?
The greatest day of the year.
Okay, for me,
Excused from school, the whole 9 yards. Go ahead.
For me, I miss the all-day Saturday, sitting on the couch with everybody over, just and then the all-day Sunday. Now this draft show is a joke. They bring these. I don't know where they find these fans, and and I'm really questioning that. But they put on all that fake costume jewelry. They go up there, they look stupid, and then they start giving their, they always butcher the name of whoever's getting drafted, and not even just the names. They'll butcher the schools. There was one that butchered Central Michigan. Come on, maybe talk to the people before you send them out there. Hey, this is how you say Central Michigan. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I miss the days of Madison Square Garden, that whole thing. To me, this thing is just
the suits that Chris Berman and Bob Lee made.
Kuiper always had the hair going. He
Yeah.
still does, and I think it might be fake, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's the case. Mel, I went to Halloween parties. Mel Kiper one year.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
2 people got.
Now, are
it.
you opposed or in favor of Mel Kiper getting a place in the NFL Hall of Fame?
I'm all
someday?
for it. I mean, he should be in there now. Honestly,
he's a huge contributor to what has been created.
Is the draft in Pittsburgh with 150,000 people coming to Pittsburgh if Mel Kiper didn't put in the effort and market the draft the way that he did?
Well, whoever was the person who looked at the calendar for the NFL 10 to 15 years ago and said, we need an event every month. I mean, they get 2 months of free advertising for the draft. The build up to the draft, the post draft. Sports talk shows filthy with draft stuff. They're already doing mock drafts right now.
I'm sorry, my favorite always is, well, they're doing mock drafts for 2 years from now.
Yeah.
My favorite is, it was when they were in Nashville a few years back. They get someone up there, I think it was for the Packers. The whole base is all. And they announced some lineman from Boise Tech or something, and everyone they had the camera on. They all do this. Yeah, it's like I'm sorry.
You think that's fake?
No.
That's not raw, normal human emotion.
I don't know.
Boise State tackle for Green Bay in the 5th round. Okay.
Boise State Tech. So, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, what else is going on? But I still like the draft. I just hate the mockery the NFL's made of it.
It is going to be a 6-month build-up. That will be the biggest day in Pittsburgh sports history.
It'll be up there.
It will be up there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pittsburgh sports history, what's your opinion of the Pirates right now?
Well, let's see. We're filming this on Thursday. I loved Tuesday night. I turned on. They're down 6-2 and pulled it out in the 10th somehow. And then they did the
2
opposite
ground balls
last night.
to the shortstop that he booted both that should have been double plays.
Yeah, someone should check his FanDuel account.
What you should check is the umpire from last night. Have you seen any of the film from last night?
The
umpire was just flat out giving strikes to the Pirates. Out of the zone. Holderman, who I do like. I think there's talent there. If you go back and watch the replay on that, there were probably 6 pitches that were completely out of the zone that he got credit for.
We've talked about this. The Pirates' payroll's it's over.
96 million.
I was going to say it's over 90.
Looked it up yesterday on Spot Track.
And the money was spent, the talent's there, front office did their part, the players, I feel, are doing their part. This team is still just being mismanaged.
To emphasize that point, one of the most disgusting statistics I've heard recently is the Pirates have lost 11 of 14 games the day after an off day.
Oh,
you can't blame the players for that. That's coaching. That's management.
So Shelton's the James Franklin of baseball?
If you're playing the odds, you're looking for So, if you're playing the odds and looking for 500 and to just get above 500, you get to play around at this time of year, which is going to cost them eventually.
No, absolutely.
What did you think of the out call at home plate on Sunday?
Did
you see that?
I missed that.
Where Bellinger slid, the foot kicks backwards, and his leg elevates and goes over top. I think it's it's Bart.
Yes.
Goes to tag Bellinger, hits him again on the thigh while the foot was up in the air, and for some reason through instant replay, they called him safe.
Or how about the other night?
That game will come back to haunt the Pirates for the playoffs.
Was it last night when McCutcheon got hit twice? They didn't call it, and then the ball that didn't hit him, they called.
Really?
Yeah.
That I missed that part.
But so you know what you
But
missed.
it's fun to have meaningful baseball.
Oh,
at
absolutely.
This point that we can talk
we
about.
are there. But one thing we did miss too, I was waiting for you to take the jab. Aaron Boone is still employed by the Yankees, which showrunner Adam Sepik nailed me on as soon as we were done filming. But
The
showrunner, whatever. yeah.
I took the.
High road.
I wouldn't go that far.
In all fairness, I was thinking someone else. And the other part of that, for these people who think you got to spend billions of dollars for your team, Aaron Boone probably shouldn't have a job because of the Yankees' payroll and their production. But that's neither here nor there.
$300 million and didn't make the playoffs.
All right, man. Before we pitch to Rise Wrestling, you got your show by the time this is filming, the end of the week.
If anyone's still, the Pack Attack tickets are ready to go. There's free admission to the show. Saturdays starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. Come on out.
What time's it finish up?
7 o'clock.
Okay, go from there to good ones to see DJ Rick. Rise Wrestling is next.